Good morning, angel mommies and daddies. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome, all parents that have lost children. I want you to know that this is a place where you can come and be safe. You can break down. You can crack open. You can collapse if you want. My name is Amy Fulmer. I'm one of you. I'm an angel mom. My son died June 1st of 2014. He died at home. And I've had a 12-year journey into the grief walk. And I have started this podcast as a tool. This is a very important, precise tool for parents in grief to have something they can grab onto, almost like a raft in the water. Something that's easy, digestible. You can be having a breakdown. You can be driving to work. You can turn it on. You can listen. You don't have to open. You don't have to chat. There's a lot of great online grief tools, but they require your engagement. This just requires you to come open and feel that there is a whole community of people that know your heart. We all know each other's heart. So today I want to talk about the grocery store freak out, because it's real. After my son died, well, let me say this first. As you guys know, food is a big thing with your kids. Now, if an infant has passed, that's a little different category, okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't listen to this and gain value. But for those of you that had older children, food, grocery shopping, meal preparation, the kitchen in general can be a massive trigger, and it will be a trigger. So my son's favorite cereal was one of his favorite cereals was Fruity Pebbles. I don't know if you guys know Fruity Pebbles. They're kind of like Fruit Loops. And about 2 months after he died, maybe 3, I walked into the grocery store, and you know how sometimes they'll have a display of sale items when you first walk in. And they had this huge stack of Fruity Pebbles, and there was a sale price, like buy 2 for the price of 1 or something. And that literally took me to my knees. Like when I saw it, the bazooka that went through my heart, my knees collapsed from underneath me. And I didn't know what happened. I collapsed to the ground and I almost passed out. I started crying so hard. Well, I managed to survive that experience, but it kind of scarred me because I thought I was capable of grocery shopping. I thought I could just go out and grocery shop like a normal person, but clearly I couldn't. So I wanted to bring this up. I was thinking about this experience the other day, and for all of you parents that have either had this happen or have not had it happen, I want you to understand that in your grief walk, there will be triggers, and they come out of left field. And for those of you that have experienced, I am sending my love. It's just part of the process. I wish I could say, oh, it's never going to happen, but that's so not true. And I think what has worked for me after 12 years is understanding this grief walk is like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. And you cannot and must not ever feel guilty, ashamed for any of your reactions, irrespective of what the people around you might think. And let me just give you a quick example. I had a close family friend who after about 2 months literally said to me, she said, you need to start to move on. Well, I never spoke to her again. That ended that relationship. Everyone's grief goes on a different time frame. Everyone's grief has different triggers. But the message I'm going to leave you guys with today is that expect the unexpected. It is natural. It is part of the healing process. You're not alone. I will bet that every single angel parent has a memory of something that grabbed them out of the blue. Maybe they had to pull their car over. Maybe they had to leave work. Maybe they had to leave a doctor's office. Maybe they had to leave a party. Maybe they couldn't even leave their house. And I honor each and every one of you that have been through that, as have I. But let me tell you, you got to trust and believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can now grocery shop and not collapse in the grocery store anymore. I can go down the aisles and see his favorite foods and make it, So you too will be able to make it. So I want to leave you with that. I also want to let you know that in the description, there is a link. This is very important to my parent survival checklist. This is a survival checklist for any family, friends, neighbors, clergy, schools, for community members that have lost children. This checklist has gone viral in over 70 countries. It is a tool you can download, print out, and give to someone or use or just read. You'll also see a link to my book, which tells my story. It is titled Don't Trip Potato Chip. And that was what my son used to tell me when I would get worked up. He'd be like, Mom, don't trip potato chip. So for those of you that want to read my story, it's a tough read. It started the night my son died. It's paperback, Kindle. It's available to you. If you guys find this content helpful, I would really like it if you could share this video. We have the luxury of having this YouTube. This tool was in existence, but it wasn't nearly as advanced as it is now. When my son died, I would have relied on this very heavy. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys today. I just want you to know that I promise you're going to heal. And I promise you're not alone. I promise you that you can lean on this podcast, even if you just hear my voice. We're all in this club. We never signed up for this club. And I love all you guys. I know your hearts. And I'll be back on when I've got another message for you guys. Okay? All righty. Bye for now.